The Hashira didn't rise through power. They rose through pain, practice, and purpose. No chosen ones, no magical bloodlines, just relentless training while the world slept. What if you trained like that? What if you stopped waiting and started becoming? What if your mind was your dojo? The Hashiras of Demon Slayer don't become gods overnight. They become unstoppable by mastering the one enemy most people never face, their own mind. This is the Hashira Self-Improvement Guide, where Demon Slayer meets Stoic philosophy, where ancient warrior wisdom meets modern psychology, where anime pain becomes real-world power. Let's go. You don't need more motivation. You need something stronger, a reason that survives your worst days. You ever start a goal fired up, ready to conquer the world, only to crash 3 days later because you didn't feel like it anymore? You told yourself you'd work out every day. You'd finally write that book, fix your sleep, stop doom scrolling. But then life happens. You're tired, you're stressed, you just don't feel up to it, and boom, you're back on square one. But here's the truth. Your feelings don't get a vote because purpose is stronger than emotion. The Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." In psychology, they call it value-based action. According to research in the Journal of Contextual Behavioral Science, people who tie their habits to internal values, not fleeting moods, show greater persistence, resilience, and life satisfaction. So if you're waiting to feel like it, you're setting yourself up to fail. Enter Kyogro Rengoku in Mugen Train when everything's falling apart, the train derailing, people dying, the demon Akaza offering him immortality. Rengoku never flinches because he's not acting from emotion. He's anchored in purpose. The strong should help and protect the weak. That's his why. And it burns hotter than fear, hotter than fatigue, hotter than temptation. He doesn't fight because he feels like it. He fights because someone must. It's like a parent waking up at 3 a.m. for a crying baby. You're not motivated, you're exhausted, but you show up because it matters. Or someone working 2 jobs to put themselves through school. They're not doing it for fun. They're doing it because the why is greater than the discomfort. Here's the gut punch. If you only act when it's easy, you'll never become someone who's strong when it's hard. You think Rengoku never felt tired, afraid, burn out? He did, but he trained his spirit to burn anyway. Write your purpose, your why. Somewhere you see it every single day, not for inspo, but as a contract. A contract that says, no matter how I feel, I show up. Stick it on your mirror, on your phone lock screen, inside your shoes, anywhere you can't escape it, because your feelings are temporary, but your purpose, that's your flame. Keep it lit. Everyone wants to be powerful, but few are willing to disappear to get there. Let's be real, most people only grind when someone's watching. You've seen it, gym selfies, study montages, rise and grind posts. But here's the truth no one wants to admit. If no one could see your progress, would you still chase it? Because the moment the audience disappears, so do most people's efforts. Epictetus once said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." And in 2017, the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found people who pursue intrinsic goals, not external approval, build stronger habits and stay consistent longer. So yeah, discipline that needs applause isn't discipline, it's performance. Now enter Giyu Tomioka, the water Hashira. Cold, quiet, misunderstood. During the Hashira meeting, everyone's shouting, accusing, judging. Giyu doesn't explain, doesn't defend, doesn't care if he's understood. Why? Because he doesn't train for validation. He trains for the mission. Behind that silence is a man sharpening his blade when no one's watching. Every step forward, unseen. Every wound, undocumented. Every victory, earned in the dark. Ever try building something without posting about it? No tracking app, no accountability buddy, just you alone with your standards. That's the Gyu test. It's like writing 100 pages no one will read just to prove you can, or running in the rain when everyone else stayed home. If you can show up with zero applause, you're already stronger than most. The world is addicted to recognition, but warriors, they're addicted to growth, especially when no one's clapping. Strength built in silence speaks the loudest in war. Build a ghost habit, something consistent, something private, something that's yours. 10 minutes of reading, a cold shower, 1 push-up every day. No posts, no praise, no proof, just pure, unshakable commitment. Be like Gyu, invisible, inevitable. You're not too emotional, you're just untrained. Let's be honest, sometimes the fire inside you is too loud to ignore. The anger, the frustration, that deep, gut-level feeling that no one understands what you're carrying. And so, you explode. You snap at someone. You quit early. You throw your goals in the trash just to feel something. But here's the truth. Emotion isn't your enemy. It's just misfired energy. The Stoics had a word for this. Temperantia. Self-restraint, not suppression. Not pretending you're fine. Control. Modern psychology backs it up. A study in emotion found that redirected anger, when paired with cognitive reframing, leads to higher performance and greater focus than bottling it up. In short, anger can amplify you if you give it a direction. Now, let's talk about the fire starter himself, Tsunemi Shinazungawa. You remember the scene? The Hashira meeting? Nezuko in a box? Everyone watching? Tsunemi? He stabs her over and over, testing her, provoking her, pushing the edge. At first glance, it's pure rage, but look deeper. Underneath the fury, there's focus. Tsunemi isn't just angry, he's aimed. He lost his family. He's been through hell, but instead of crumbling, he weaponized it. Ever been so fed up that you cleaned your whole room, hit a brutal workout, turned heartbreak into a midnight grind session? That's Tsunemi mode. Controlled aggression isn't throwing chairs. It's turning pain into reps, anger into art, stress into structure. You think your fire is a flaw, but it's actually your edge if you stop using it to burn bridges and start using it to build one to the version of you that's unshakable. You don't need to be less intense. You need to be more precise. Next time emotion hits, don't suppress it. Rechannel it. When you're angry, move your body. When you're hurt, build something. When you're triggered, train deeper. Write it, lift it, refine it, but never, ever waste it. You're not broken. You're just a weapon, waiting for direction. Who said discipline had to be boring? Let's face it, most people quit their goals not because they're too hard, but because they feel too dull. Wake up early, repeat the same reps, eat the same meals, grind, grind, grind. It's like you're trying to become your best self by living the same day over and over again. No wonder you lose steam. But here's the truth. If your routine has no rhythm, your discipline won't last. Here's the science. Psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, the guy who literally wrote the book on flow, discovered that the most powerful human state happens when challenge meets skill. Not too easy, not too overwhelming, just right. Like Goldilocks, but with ambition. Flow state makes time disappear. Discipline becomes joy. Hard things start to feel natural. Now enter the sound Hashira, Tengen Uzui. This man's whole vibe, flashy, loud, extra. But underneath the glitter and the god complex is absolute structure. Watch him in the Entertainment District arc. He's juggling 3 wives, tracking demons, executing flawless combat sequences in a collapsing building, and he's smiling through it. That's not luck, that's flow. Tengen doesn't force discipline. He designs it to match his tempo. He builds rituals. He stylizes his suffering. So even in the chaos, he feels aligned. You ever meet someone who loves their 6 a.m. runs? Who builds playlists for their deep work sprints? Who turns meal prep into a cinematic montage? They've built their system to feel like them. Maybe you're not flashy like Tengen, Maybe your version of flair is lo-fi beats, a candle, and a to-do list in pastel fonts. That's fine, but if your discipline feels dead, maybe it's not you. Maybe it's your method. You don't have to suffer in silence to earn greatness. You just need to fall in love with the showing up. Make your grind beautiful. Make your habits sacred. Make your progress feel like play. Design one habit around your style. Make it fun. Make it yours. Want to study more? Build a playlist that hypes you up. Want to work out? Choose moves that feel fun, not forced. Want to journal? Buy a pen that feels like a sword. Turn your structure into a stage, because discipline lasts longer when it dances. Forget boring. Be disciplined and dazzling. 4 Hashiras, 4 disciplines, 4 blueprints for the warrior you're becoming. Rengoku, purpose above feelings. Giyu, silence is strength. Tsunemi, your rage is your power. If you aim it. Tengen, make your grind a performance. Flow beats force. These aren't anime tropes. They're not fantasy powers. They're real systems, rooted in ancient Stoic thought, backed by modern neuroscience, lived out one choice at a time. You don't need to be chosen. You don't need a sword. You just need to train when no one's watching. And in part 2, we dive into the mind of Muichiro Takedo, the foggy genius with laser focus, the quiet armor of Shinobu Kocho, who smiles through storms, the anxious obsession of Obanai that becomes lethal precision, and a stoic truth hiding behind every Hashira, one final code that holds it all together. Don't wait for your final fight to start training.